Do you know where India stands in terms of aviation traffic handled per year? India had the world's third largest civil aviation market in 2017. With the number of passengers growing at an average annual rate of 16.3% between 2000 and 2015. It recorded an air traffic of 131 million passengers in 2016. As we saw that the Indian aviation market is the third largest. The first and second place goes to USA and China respectively. With around 930 million passengers, the United States leads the market in terms of air traffic per year. Whereas China on the other hand has around 650 million passengers to its name. If you notice the difference in numbers of passengers handled by both United States and China, it is very clear that USA is well ahead of China. Almost the gap is around 250 million. Let's now compare the number 2 and number 3 spot. Here number 2 spot is taken by China, which we saw earlier, but the difference between number 2 and 3 is really high. India at number 3 handled around 180 million passengers in 2020, but China, on the other hand, handled around 650 million passengers on the same year. The difference goes right up to 400 million between China and India. But this case is not going to be same. In fact, India has seen a huge passenger growth during the year 2015 to 2018. During the year 2019, the Civil Aviation Ministry of India made a huge statement that India will handle almost over 1 billion passengers in 2040, from 180 million in 2020. The nation's air traffic is expected to increase up to 600 million passengers by the end of this decade. Exactly where China stands now. The Indian aircraft fleet is expected to rise 2,359 in 2040. It is also said that it will have 200 operational airports during 2040. Cities like Mumbai and Delhi are expected to have 3 airports during the time of 2040. All these projections were officially put out by Civil Aviation Ministry, based on report that was produced by a firm called as KPMG. With revelation of that report, the Civil Aviation Ministry also announced the major plan, the Vision 2040, to tackle this 1 billion passenger movement in 2040. The phenomenal increase in the total number of passengers from 134.98 million in 2015-16 to 184 million in 2018 was the foundation of this Vision 2040. Vision 2040 had several plans like implementation of new next-generation greenfield airports in the country, with Delhi and Mumbai having 3 international airports and 31 other Indian cities having 2 international airports. Most of the upcoming international airports are aimed to have international connectivity to the regions like the US, Europe and Asia-Pacific nations. Now let us take a brief look at some of the major under-construction airports in India. The Navi Mumbai International Airport, which is also deemed to be Mumbai's second international airport, is the costliest among all the upcoming airports. The construction cost of this airport is around $2.2 billion. This airport is expected to handle around 60 million passengers once the construction gets fully completed. With 1 runway, the Navi Mumbai International Airport is expected to start its operations by 2025. Jewar International Airport, which is officially called as the Noida International Airport, is going to be constructed with a cost of around 10,000 crores. Jewar Airport, which will be located around 70 kilometers away from Delhi's Indira Gandhi Airport, will serve as Delhi's second international airport. This airport is being built with future expansions in mind, as it is expected to start its operations with 2 runways and will eventually end up with having 6 runways. By 2022, the airport will be ready to cater passengers with 2 runways. There are many other under-construction airports in India, which are in various phases of construction. But the problem is none of them stick with their original deadline. In fact, the Navi Mumbai Airport was expected to start its operations by 2020, but got delayed due to the pandemic. Another major problem in India is land acquisition. Many major airports in India face this land acquisition problems. In fact, it is faced all over the world, but it takes huge amount of time to get cleared in India. If these problems gets resolved, then India will surely continue to have its aviation boom, which it is undergoing currently.